the biggest and oldest uranium refinery. It started in 1932 to refine the stuff coming down from Port Radium. And then it switched into uranium when uranium became useful for the war effort. And those were wild days, and they built the refinery right without any buffer zone. It's right in the town, on the waterfront. They tossed all kinds of waste into the lagoon where the boats are. They shoveled a lot of the waste, dumped a lot of the waste in ravines all over town, gave it as fill material for building, and it came back to haunt them or bite them when the St. Mary's School was discovered to have in its basement levels of radiation from the tailings that they used to make the cement that matched, came very close to those of the limit of a nuclear worker in a reactor. So that was a huge scandal, and they tore up the school. Other schools were found to have it as well, and then they discovered soon after that that it was in the ravines. It was all over the town. But fortunately, one of the government people who came to quell the panic in the town said, this waste will be gone 1 year from now. So that was 1975. It's still there today, that waste. Although they're making now a super effort to move it up to the top of a hill. They're called, in a town called Welcome, where the Welcome dump is. Keep out. It's on Marsh Road, which is a wetland.
So
the water flows through the dump where the radiation is. The cattle died, and so they decided that this would not do. So they put an underground pipe in the 50s that went from the dump straight down into Lake Ontario, and nobody knew about it until about 2 years ago, when the ice that cracked up in the spring broke the pipe, and it ended up sticking out like just exactly this is it. This is the broken pipe. So some of the activists collected the fluid, had it analyzed, and there was arsenic and uranium in it. And it had been going into Lake Ontario for more than 50 years. So that's Port Hope. Contaminated, scandalous, nobody doing anything. And they did, however, tear out this pipe because they wanted to put in 2 bigger pipes to accommodate the runoff from the new expanded Welcome dump to keep out. Because that's where they're putting the historic waste. Finally, after all these years, it's going to end up on the hill. It's a town that has a lot of denial because chemical has bought up a lot of cultural institutions, and it's a company town. But so every summer they have a summer parade, and whenever I photograph a parade, I go behind the parade where the people are waiting to get into line. And there were these 3 beautiful mothers in their belly dancing silk outfits, and I saw one of their children was sitting on the side, and he had this skull and crossbones on his t-shirt. I thought, okay. And I said, could he get in the picture too? And they said, sure. So that's the shot. To me, it's an image of people oblivious to the fact that they have the mark of radiation.